And then we'll be like, hi.
Nice. Welcome.
You get where I'm coming from?
I get where you're coming from. Yeah.
Excellent. So, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. Awesome.
As good as can be expected, yeah.
I like your hair.
Thanks.
Looks
Didn't really
cute.
curled it, but
yeah, looks good.
Curled more with my wand, I guess. You know, we have all this time now, so you know we have extra time to do our hair and all.
I guess. I don't know. I apparently didn't find any extra time to do anything with mine. Well, I mean, it's straightened.
Yeah. That takes time.
It does. It doesn't take as much time as it used to. I think post-menopause, well, that, or it could be, you know, I bought one of those Dyson hair dryers.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that thing is awesome.
Nice.
I still have to use a flat iron, but I think it really does make a big difference.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But anyway, I was going to, oh, yeah, okay, I have to say a lot. Actually, I have a few things to say, as I usually do. Your background today is way better than mine.
Oh, well, hey, Keely came over and I didn't know she was kind of coming over. And so she's out on the deck.
Oh.
And I thought, well, I could do it in the family room. Like, well, if I do it in if I record in the family room, she might walk through, or Emily might walk through. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just do it in the back bedroom. So.
No, it looks great. I mean, look at my crap. But, you know, someday I'm not going to be living up here.
I know, I was going to ask you. I keep meaning to ask you. In fact, I think my mom had texted me and asked me, and I was like, I don't know. I haven't asked Michelle. I'll have to ask her. So is your house on hold at all, or are they still?
They are still, I called actually the other day because I was wondering that same thing, and the factory's still working. Good. And then we got a message from the sales guy asking something about something that the factory had gotten to him about. So we know it's being built.
Good. So I was afraid that was getting held up. I was like, oh my gosh.
I was really afraid of that too, believe me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad about this whole virus thing, and I feel really bad. I mean, there's so many things to feel bad about for people that are lost their work or their businesses, or, you know, tons of things. But yeah, I'm really happy that my house is still getting done. Although I started our Instagram week 4 quarantine giveaway on Instagram today, a few days late.
Yeah.
And the prompt is, if you guys haven't seen it yet, the prompt is and it's just for United States, I'm sorry, but to tell us where's the first place you want to go when you get out of quarantine. And someone I saw already answered to the furniture store. I thought, well, yeah, I'm going to also, because when we get our house, the only furniture that we have left from our last house is up here, and we're not moving this couch out of here ever. I mean, it was really hard to get up here. It can just stay up here forever now. And I'm not going to want it in my new house anyway, but, you know, I have ordered all the appliances. Sorry. I've ordered all the appliances, but appliances you don't need to sit on and try to get comfortable.
Right.
And furniture is a different story. So yeah, I'm going to want to be able to go furniture shopping too.
Definitely.
Yeah. But on the other hand, I'm just going to be so happy to have a house and a real bathroom, and
totally.
I'll just lay on the floor and be happy.
Exactly.
It'll be okay.
It's the little things.
Yeah. Or the big things.
Yeah.
All the things, really. It's all the things. So I did it again. Did you guys hear that?
I was thinking, is there anything strange that you've done since you've been in quarantine? Like something that you would normally not do? I was going to ask our viewers if anybody's done anything that they normally don't do.
That you want to confess to people?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I cut my hair the other day. I have never cut my hair.
Oh.
I just got out of the shower. I didn't even comb it first. I was like, snip, 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 snip. Just started snipping away. And I was like, I've never done that in my life. I don't think I ever would have done that before, but I was just like, I feel like snipping my hair. So
I have to go open the door. I got to go open the door to let Nina up because I have the doggy door blocked so that the dogs don't go out. I didn't realize she wasn't up. So talk more about your hair snipping.
Okay, I will.
Or any other of the weird things that you've done since you've been in quarantine that you want to talk about.
Well, so far I think that's about it. I mean, I have been day drinking a little bit.
Oh my God, so have I. Not yet today,
I mean,
but yes.
I have my rosé, so it's not too bad. But normally I don't. I have a glass of wine maybe on the weekends, but now it's like, afternoon, and I'm like, oh, and it's beautiful outside today here in Oregon. It's like, I think it's close to 70, or it's maybe even warmer than 70 today. So I have all the windows open. I'm just going to check the temp real quick. And it is beautiful. So I don't know, rosé just sounded refreshing. And
man, I should go grab a beer.
There you go. Yeah, it's supposed to be 68. So it's probably 68 right now. And tomorrow's supposed to be 70. So
I've heard that. Yeah, I think we're supposed to be like 65 today, and it's sunny, and it's a little bit chilly still up here, but I mean, we don't get our heat of the day till later anyway, so it's still,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm with you. It's not a good thing, but I've definitely been drinking beer more. There's been a variety of reasons, though. It's not just the quarantine. It's just, I can make a list.
It's not driving you to drink excessively.
No, it's other stuff. Yeah. Oh, well. We're not advocating for alcoholism or anything, but,
whatever gets you through this time,
Exactly.
I'm joking, because it's really not a joking matter, but
no.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just snipped my hair. I didn't cut that much. I mean, I probably cut like that much off, and I didn't do it all the way around. Like, I just kind of grabbed some and just started clipping, and I don't know. It was
why? I mean, were you just bored?
I don't know. Like, I literally got out of the shower, got the scissors, and just went, snip, snip. I just was like, what the heck? Who cares? No one's going to see me. And I curl my hair anyway. So.
Have you not seen those memes that say no matter how bored you get, do not cut your own hair?
Maybe that's why I did it. I was rebelling.
A seed was planted. You don't tell me what to do.
You might be able to force me to stay in my home, but I'm going to cut my hair.
I've got scissors, damn it.
That's right. And I don't know how to use them.
No, but I'm not running with them.
That's right.
So it's all good.
Yeah. So that was fun. Have you done anything besides drinking beer? Anything weird or out of the ordinary?
Every day is kind of out of the ordinary for me. Like,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I went down to the pond thing that we have down there and helped Michael get the brooder thing that we had down there that he was using as like a floating device. And, well, we got more chicks.
Yeah. Now, why did you get more chicks? Do you just want like a whole flock of them, or what?
Well, who doesn't?
Well, I'm just wondering, like, what are you gonna do with all the eggs? Are you gonna like sell them?
Well, okay, no. The last batch are for other purposes.
Okay.
And I held one up to me today, and it was just cuddling with me, and
they're so cute.
They're really cute. I mean, they look like Peeps come to life. Like, exactly. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh. I know they don't stay that cute.
Right. They're still fun, though. You know.
I love our chicks that we have outside, the ones that we're using for laying eggs. They're super fun to just,
watch them. Yeah.
That's how pathetic my life is.
Hey, keep you entertained. I cannot believe all the things Michael is doing. I'm like, he's constantly like building things, and like, I'm just like, what the heck? Like, it's funny to me. I'm like, wow, he is like, does he ever sit down?
At night, yeah. I know, that's why it sucks for me.
I know. I was watching his video the other day, and I was like, what's Michelle doing? She's probably just sitting up there knitting away while he's just outside. Like,
I don't, though, because I feel too guilty. So then I have to find things to do that make me feel like I'm being productive. And then I get like, this isn't fun.
I know. I feel like he could have built your whole house by now if he did it.
I know, right? I know. I feel like this quarantine time is supposed to be a time for us to enjoy all this extra knitting time, and I'm just not getting it. Because
me either. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, because being here is like being quarantined anyway.
Right.
Just living here, and so we can still go outside here. We've got 26 acres. We're not stuck into a small area, so I have no excuse. Is what I'm saying is, right. I could be out there doing, and I do. I went out and picked up. Somehow, I probably shouldn't say too much. There's been a lot of You know what? Maybe
I'm reading your mind right now, and I think I know what you're going to say, but I'm curious if I'm correct or not.
maybe I'll text you. We have that ability now. We can podcast and text at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
We can have our own little secrets that nobody knows
That's
about.
right. Right.
Oh, anyway. Well, let's
Well,
just...
I have to say, when I saw Michael making your flower boxes, at first I thought the person that was helping him was you. And then I was like, oh. I was like, nope.
Nope.
Unless Michelle's dyed her hair red. I don't think so.
Didn't do it. No. Well, let's just put a pin in that for now. We'll come back to it later. I noticed you're working. Well, what do you have on? You have something knit on.
Well, this is just my 8/0 shawl. Okay. I'm actually wearing 2 knitted things. The sweater, I cannot remember what it's called. It's the, I knitted it a long time ago. It's a kind of a weird name. So not weird, but it's like a foreign name. So it's hard for me to like recall what it is. But I haven't worn it in forever, like over a year or 2. And so it's funny now that I'm just kind of home all the time. I'm like gravitating towards my sweaters going, all right, well, let's wear it one time before the weather gets too warm and I can't wear it anymore.
I'll try to ticking.
Huh?
The clock is ticking.
I know. The weather is changing fast. I'm trying to look on here real quick just to see if I can find on my Instagram, because it was one of them I hadn't put into my Ravelry because it's an older pattern, but I love it. It was one that I had to kind of modify though because I didn't understand all the instructions. So I think Angelique Deersweet, I think she knit one also, and I think she modified hers because she couldn't understand it either. There was a certain part of it that just didn't make sense to us. But I love the sweater. It's really super cute and it's pretty lightweight, so it doesn't feel too heavy on days like this. But I think I'm getting to it. I think I'm getting closer.
Okay. Well, we're all waiting on the our seats.
I know. It's okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it is called Hikari, the Hikari sweater. Super, I don't know if you can, I can't see that. That's the picture of what it's supposed to look like.
Okay.
Mine is not that long. I mean, the sleeves are pretty much the same. Yeah. Maybe I did do it right. Because I'm thinking mine looks just like that. I don't see anything different except for mine's not as long. But anyway, it's super, I really like it. It's weird that I never wear it.
I know, because it looks like a great sweater.
Yeah, it's cute. It's navy blue. Got this like lace type stuff up here on the shoulder, but it's short sleeve.
How far down does it go?
I mean, it goes down. It's not cropped, but it's not really long like hers, which I kind of wish it was. I wish I would have done it longer.
Here, now hold your phone up because I put us on. Someone suggested that when we're showing something to take it off of gallery view.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's Hikari. And it's, and then the yarn I used, I wish I could get more of it, but I don't think you can. It's the 37% mink, not real mink, faux mink, 18% cashmere, 12% wool, and 33% viscose. But it's the softest. It was fun to knit with, and I'd like, and it drapes really nice. But then I'm wearing my 8/0 shawl, which is my all-time favorite shawl. I just threw it on my shoulders today because I had to go to the store today. It was a little chilly. So
did you mask up?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I mean, Bob has those masks, really good, like, I don't know what they're rated, but they're very good masks, but they're out in the shop, and I don't know. I just wash my hands and don't touch anything. I don't touch my face. I just did because I had a piece of fuzz in my mouth, but I've washed my hands. I'm just doing stuff like that. Taking tons of vitamins. I'm really good about that. Zinc and magnesium and vitamin C and vitamin D and tons of probiotics. And so prayerfully, I will not.
Well, the only reason I ask about the mask is just because they're recommending it now. And so the only reason I will do it when I go to the store next is to make others feel better about me. Like, not about me as a person, but like, so that I don't feel like I need to wear a mask to protect myself. I think, like you, I'm washing my hands. I'm not getting close to people and stuff.
Right.
But just so that, I don't know, it just seems like people feel better if they see people around them in masks. Like, it makes them feel more safe.
Well, I feel like if other people are wearing a mask, then me not wearing a mask, I don't think is going to, I mean, if I was going to cough, heck yeah, I would not. If I even woke up with a sore throat, I wouldn't go anywhere.
Right.
I mean, and I don't go anywhere unless I have to get something. But, so, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too trusting or too, like, I just trust that what will be. And if I don't want other people getting sick either, but I'm not touching anybody. I'm not sneezing or coughing or.
I think it's an illusion. I mean, I think it's really just an illusion of comfort.
Yeah.
But I mean, that could invite a whole slew of comments. Leslie and I are not making a stand on how we think. We're trying to do what's right, just like most other people. And none of us know anything. So we'll just stick with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe I'll get to a point where I do wear a mask. I mean, I do keep my 6 feet distance, so far they're not requiring masks. So I don't know. I just don't wear them. But if I did wake up one morning and had a sore throat or a headache, which are some of the first symptoms, heck yeah, or a fever, I would not.
Yeah.
Well, for I wouldn't leave my house. But so far, thank goodness, I've not had any symptoms of anything. So
I have had a sore throat. I don't have one today, but I get sore throats all the time, and I get headaches. My eyes burn. I've had water in it. It's allergy season.
Yeah.
All these things are blooming, and I have allergies, but haven't had a fever. And
that's what I've heard. A lot of people have like allergies, and they worry. They're afraid maybe they're getting it. I was watching Christy Glass, one of her podcasts the other day, and she was coughing like crazy. And I think her husband, he did have COVID-19. But she was like, I swear it's my allergies. And it's like, I feel bad for her, because I'm like, I'm sure people probably think she's contagious.
She's staying home. So even if we had it, we're not actually coughing on you. So
Right. Exactly.
I could cough all I want right now and it would not matter. It would be annoying to listen to, but
that is true.
Yeah.
Well, our next door neighbor thinks he might have it. So.
Oh boy.
But his symptoms though, I just don't think they line up, but maybe they do. I don't know. But his is more like an upset stomach type flu-like thing. And I'm like, I didn't think that was a symptom of it.
No, I think it is too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's off work for 2 weeks.
But you know what? This whole, like, a lot of it's just hard to believe, because then as far as the media goes, because then you'll hear stories later where the original story, they never vet it, so it ends up being false. And
right.
I mean, that's journalism these days. They don't really fact check, but anyway.
Yeah, it's hard to know what's false and what's true. I mean, that's why I figure, I'm going to wash my hands like crazy. I'm still going to do hand sanitizer on my hands. I'm still, taking all my vitamins, lots of fluids, cutting back on sugar, doing the things that I can control. But it's like, other than that. And staying away from my mom. Like, she wanted to come over and trim roses at my house today. And I was like, Mom, I'd love for you to, but I'm not sick. I mean, but I would hate if you came over and, God forbid, I'm carrying it and you got something.
Yeah, so, if you got it somewhere else, you'd always wonder.
Totally.
You always think, oh my gosh, was it me?
Yeah, and she's been super lonely, so I feel bad because, I'm like, yeah, it's beautiful out, and she likes doing that kind of stuff. Coming over and helping me trim my roses every spring and stuff. And we usually try to hang out like once a week. And since this thing happened, it's like I haven't seen her in a long time. So yeah, so that's tough because it's like, who knows, And then I call my dad. I check on him and his wife, and my dad is very much the type of person that's like, this isn't true. I was like, do you need anything at the store, Dad? Can I get anything? He's like, no, I go up to the store if I need some. I'm like, okay, all right, good. Are you feeling okay? He's like, yep, feeling fine. Okay, sounds good.
It's a conspiracy theory?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So I was like, I just wanted to check on you, make sure you're doing okay. If you need anything, I will get it for you. But, so But yeah. So who knows? I don't know. I just cannot wait till this thing's over. The first week I was just like, oh, this is great. I mean, not great. It's never great. But I was like, I don't mind being home and, just knitting. And I slept in every day. And it was kind of like a vacation. And then now that we're on week 4, 3 or 4, I think, I'm just like, okay, I'm ready for it to be done. For all the reasons. I don't want anyone to get sick and anyone to suffer, but I just want everybody to get better and have us all move past this,
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
me too. My poor daughter is in isolation in South Carolina in boot camp because.
So what does that look like for them? What does that mean?
It means that they are in their barracks room and they can't even leave to eat. Their food is being delivered to them from the chow hall.
That's horrible.
It's just awful. Yeah, it's like she's a prisoner of war.
Totally.
That's what it's like.
It's too bad they can't just send them home and say, okay, we'll start boot camp when this is done.
They don't want it. I think that that's probably appealing on one hand, but but not so much on another.
Because it's going to make her boot camp a lot longer, right?
Well, that remains to be seen. That's certainly a possibility. A gal came in, one of the higher ups, the chain of command came in and talked to them. And of course, any information I have is like a week old.
Right.
The mail system.
Yeah.
But the last we'd heard was that one of the higher ups came in and told them that they're going to try to make this so it doesn't extend their graduation date.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. So they're not on the right schedule. Like this week they were supposed to go in the gas chamber and because we get updates from Sandbox and stuff and some Facebook groups that I'm on talking about what they're supposed to be doing this particular week or day or whatever. And it's not accurate now because everything's weird, but anyhow. Well, hey, I'm wearing my Paris in Berlin.
Nice.
And I was corrected. I think last time I said it was by someone else. It's a Hohi pattern.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
Purdy. It's very pretty.
Thank you. The yarn was plucky yarn or whatever they're called, plucky knitter. I thought I might have plucky knitter. Mm-hmm. It's their sophisticate base. And I love it. It's super soft, and it's just the kind of thing that you want around your neck. Mm-hmm. Even though I keep doing this because it's still something around my neck and it's bothering me. But yeah, I like it.
Pretty. I like it.
Thanks. Oh,
and sorry. That's your first one you've done, right? You haven't done multiples of those, right?
No. And I don't know that I would. I really like it. I think it goes a little bit long. I could move my camera, but it goes down like I don't mind. I think it could have been just a tad bit shorter for my taste, kind of feel like it's a little bit long, but I do really like it. So
yeah. No, it's amazing how just your neck is warm, like the rest of you is warm. Like if I just cover my shoulders, I feel obviously way, I don't know. It's like you don't have to bundle up a ton just to feel a little bit warmer. Yeah.
It's like putting a hat on. Oh, you know what I should have done? Let me do this thing again. Okay, never mind. Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm sitting here touching my screen, and this is not a touch screen. I have to use the mouse.
How funny.
Is it okay, let me talk. Come back to me. It's not doing it. It won't come back to me. Okay, so I guess that only works if you're showing something. I don't know how to make it so it's just me.
Interesting.
Because I guess they're thinking, why would you want to sit and look at yourself?
Why wouldn't you?
I tried, guys. I tried to take the advice of doing that, and it didn't work. But if it's Leslie, you can see her stuff up close, so that's good.
You can?
If I switch it to take it off of gallery view.
Well, let me take you off gallery. So now you take up my whole screen.
And that's not coming through on my end.
Interesting.
Well,
okay.
Like if you tried to do it on your side so that it was just you on the screen, I don't think you could do that either.
Interesting.
Let's see.
Yeah, now it's just both of us side by side. Interesting. Okay.
Because what narcissist would sit here and watch just themselves?
Oh, I switched camera. That didn't work. Oh, that thought maybe that would switch it. Interesting. I know. I still don't know all the ins and outs of this thing.
Me neither. I don't think that the camera on my Mac, my iMac, is as good as my iPhone. But I mean, yeah.
It is what it is.
What it is. And it's really, I can't believe I'm sitting here recording with all this crap in my background, but maybe I should go back to the beach scene. It was almost better when I was disappearing, but you couldn't see the mess behind me.
It's totally fine. No one cares.
No one cares.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. They get to see my messy stash of yarn that needs to be organized. I've thought about doing that during this whole quarantine thing, like going through all my yarn and putting them in Ziploc bags, but I feel like I would never use them. Like, I don't know. It's hard because here I can just pull out a skein, look at it, see what I think, you know, and if I have them all in bags, I don't know. It just makes me wonder, well, I guess I'd still come and use them because that's where I'm going to go for yarn. So I don't know.
Fun when they're in bags.
I know, but they do get dusty and I don't like that.
I know.
In fact, a project I'm working on right now, the yarn I'd had it for a long time and I started knitting it. Oh my God, dust flying. I was like, this is definitely going to be washed. Of course, I'd wash it anyway, but it was just funny. I was like, oh, you know, just dust in my face. So that's not good. But
it's not a fun feeling. But
I don't know if I get bored enough, start putting them into baggies or something, Ziploc bags.
I thought about going through my Ravelry library and organizing it because I think there's a way that you can organize it for like not just like date added and things like that, but I think you can make a custom way of doing it. And what I would like to do is I have so many patterns in there that in all likelihood I'm never going to knit, but I don't want to just delete them.
Right.
So I'd like those to be a different area of, you know.
I'd like to learn how to do that too. If you figure it out, let me know. Because I thought of that too. I've gone through lots of my favorites before, and either I ended up buying the pattern and already knit it, so it shouldn't be under my favorites anymore because it's under my purchased, you know.
Well, you
so I wanted
the heart.
You what?
Remove the heart.
Really?
Yeah, that'll take it out of your favorites.
Oh, nice. Okay, I thought it was more difficult than that.
Well, that one's easy. And then like with the library, if you've already knit it, maybe you don't want it to be right in with all the other patterns because it's like, I mean, you don't want to get rid of it, but because when I was going through my patterns yesterday, trying to figure out what I wanted to do because I had to cast on something new. Mm-hmm. So then when you know that you can, like you've given yourself that permission, I'm going to cast on something new, then it's like, but what, you know, I don't want to blow this opportunity. And so I want to have like the perfect cast on. So I was going through my library, going through my, you know, whatever. And it was like, oh, I've already done that. I'm never going to do that. But I don't know that I'll ever get that organized on.
I know. And I have so many patterns in there from probably like when you and I first started knitting, and I'll look at those patterns. And I'm like, I have no interest in knitting that ever, you know, so I need to
delete it.
Yes.
You know, because like I have a bunch of patterns from like different Rose City yarn crawls. Mm-hmm. And you know how when you went to the store, you'd get the free pattern. Mm-hmm. So it's not even a pattern I would have picked.
Right.
But I don't want to get rid of it.
I know.
You know?
Although I wouldn't mind getting
a hoarder.
I know, that's true.
I'm a pattern hoarder.
Although, I mean, if I look at it and there's no interest in it, I wouldn't mind getting rid of it. Because to me, it's like, why? It's just like all my paper patterns when I went through all those. I mean, I had drawers full of paper patterns and I threw them all out. I was like, if they're in Ravelry, then I don't need them taking up space in my drawers. I had several drawers and like cubes, you know, those cubes that are storage cubes. I had patterns in there and I was just like, why am I keeping these? You know? So, and a lot of them, it was like, I don't even like these anymore.
Right. Oh yeah, totally. I had, not only did I have them all printed, but I had bought cute binders for each different like category. I had like a ton of binders full of patterns and stuff. And not only the patterns in the binder, but in the plastic sheets, you know, so you have to take it. It was a lot of work, let me just tell you.
Totally.
Exhausted me taking all those pieces of paper out of the plastic sheets. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, I feel like, yeah, I have to, what happened?
Well, every now and then we get that thing where our internet must be unstable, and then it's like we're you're talking in slow motion.
Nice.
But what are we gonna do?
I don't remember what I was saying.
I know.
This is all we can do. So have you had a lot of knitting mojo these last couple weeks or no?
No, I have felt obligated to do things. So like, I think I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned on our last podcast when we did this last, that I was knitting that sweater for Caesar because of his bleeding barnacles.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did it. I got it done. That was my priority. I wanted to get that done because he was just disgusting, and he's still disgusting. It's not his fault, but he just is. And so I got it done. Well, Italian greyhounds have chests that are like this deep, and then waists that are like this,
Yeah.
And so to find the right fit is very difficult, but I knit it. It was too wide in the waist, and I didn't like make him a belt or anything. I'm going to have to. But anyway, so when when he'd go out to go potty, I'd kind of roll it up to around his neck, so it was almost like a cowl, so that he wouldn't pee on it. But of course, one time I didn't, and so he peed on it, and so now I have to wash it, so he's not even wearing it. So that was kind of, and then immediately, and I used good yarn, immediately there's this big long strand hanging off it from him or one of the other dogs snagging it, and it's just, anyway.
Fun.
But anyway, so that was like one of those knits where, yes, I enjoyed the yarn because it was pretty nice yarn, but it wasn't like gratifying, like, oh, this is so awesome to be knitting. And then I finished, my March Desert Vista Dyeworks socks, I completely ripped out. Like, well, so I'd gotten through the heel, and then I started doing, what did I start doing? Something happened and I ripped it back, but then I was like, you know what? I'm so bored with these. Oh, you know what? I started doing the socks that I was doing were called the socks on a plane, and it had that little cable up the side. So I'd gotten about that far on the foot doing that little cable, and this wasn't a difficult cable, but that's what I was doing. But for some reason, I just could not get into doing it. So then I decided, okay, don't do the cable. From this point on, just knit the sock. It's fine. Nobody cares. No one's going to see it. So that's what I did for the second half of the foot. Then I did the heel, and then I thought, you know what? Maybe if I did these in brioche, I'd get more into it, because I like knitting brioche, and I've wanted to do some brioche socks. So I did a setup round, started knitting in brioche, and I was like, okay, this is cool, Then I realized my brioche was off because I had done an increase on after I did the heel, or when I was doing the heel. You know how you do that increased stitch on each side of the heel to kind of close that gap so you don't have the hole?
Yeah.
So I had done that, but forgot that I had done that. So when I did the setup for the brioche, my stitches were off. So I'm like, this just isn't reading right. This isn't right. So then it occurred to me, I had the wrong number of stitches on there. So I tore it out, got it back on the needles, and then did it correctly. My brioche was going great. It was fun. I was like, okay, I'm going to get through these. This is great. Then I got to looking at them, and I realized that it went like this, and then whoosh, like, because brioche, you're doing 10 more stitches. So it was like, okay, that wasn't going to work. So I knew I had to tear that back out, which I did. So I tore it back down. So now I was back to where I just had 2 socks with the heels done, and I was ready to do the rest. And I was just so sick of it. And it's like, I love the yarn. It was, it's actually the yarn that I put as our prize, because I ended up tearing them completely out.
Oh, wow.
And the best way I can describe it, so I love Desert Vista Dyeworks. This is Zombody Gloop. I loved the color. It's sparkle. It's like everything good, but I don't know if you've ever eaten something that you really like and then thrown up, and then you like can't eat that again for a long time.
Yeah.
that's how I feel about this. And I think it's just because I'm associating this with like every emotion that I felt as I was trying to work on those socks. And so I just tore them out, and then I thought, let's just make this and the other half. I mean, it's both of these, and I'll probably put them back into cake form. But
so you're passing on bad juju to somebody else?
Yes, let them take my bad juju, my vomit, basically is what I'm saying. I'm going to send them my yarn vomit, and then they can do something good with it.
Right, that's good.
You know, one man's vomit is another man's treasure.
It's a dog. Yeah, dogs come back to their vomit and eat it.
Totally. So there you go. That was my sock problem.
I have that same issue though. If I start a project like 3 times and if I keep screwing up or whatever, I look at the pattern and I look at the yarn and I go, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to do this again. Yeah.
It just has a bad feel to it.
It does. It just feels like, it's bad luck or something. I don't know. Like, just ain't gonna work out. It's not intended.
It just wasn't meant to be. Nope.
Yep.
And so then it got me, I was also doing those Kirby Werby socks with the
the most amazing yarn. Yes.
It's funny because I love this yarn, but I was having a hell of a time knitting on these too. And I don't know why, but I ended up, once I trashed those other socks, then I didn't mind knitting on these. It was
interesting.
Weird. Like, it just kind of freed me to do these. So unfortunately with these, every sock has a story. So this one I did the heel, and then I decided to start doing the fruit stripe patterning.
So cool.
I got to about here. You can see this weird line. I got to here and decided I'm going to just do stockinette for the rest of the socks. I'm just sick of this. This was before tearing out the Desert Vista one. So this is when I was still in my funk. So when you go to do this fruit stripe thing, you have to do some increases to compensate for how you're knitting it.
Yeah.
So when I decided to go to stockinette, I decreased back down so that it wouldn't be way bigger. So then I was doing stockinette, and then I got to looking at it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. I should go back to doing the actual pattern. Excuse me. So I did stockinette for a while, and then I thought, well, that's kind of hokey. Why am I doing that? So then I thought, what I'll do is in this section here, I'll do stockinette, and then when I get back to the colored section, I'll do the fruit stripe. So it would kind of be like sections of. So I knit up to the part where I was going to start doing the patterning again, but I forgot that I would have had to increase to have enough stitches, to do this thing. So I start doing it, and then I don't have enough stitches. So I had to rip it back out.
Oh my gosh.
And then I got to the point, so then I'm back to where I'd done the stockinette, and I thought, well, now I can either increase a whole bunch in order to do this, or I could just take it back to where I initially started doing the stockinette and just do the dang pattern like you're supposed to. So that's what I ended up doing. But that was tough. I did something weird. Oh, here's the camera. And so you can see it's got this weird line in it of obviously where I did something weird, but I don't even care. I don't care. So the good news is that the other one I didn't screw with, and it will be, it won't have any weird line in it because I never stopped doing the pattern. So I'm just going to do it normal. And so
it's just your inner designer that's coming out. You're just trying to design a box.
I just want to leave my mark. But I did discover, well, I didn't discover anything, but when I was doing this pattern, the bind off that she has you use is, she calls it just the elastic bind off. And I don't think that this is like sorry. I didn't blend my eye makeup enough. Sorry. I don't think that this is like some secret part of a pattern, but the bind off that she has you do on this one I decided to do on my sock because you know how
Super.
when you do the stretchy one where you do the backwards yarn over and then excuse me, that tends to make them like kind of flare a little bit.
Yeah.
And so even if you just do it like every other or every few, it's still, I mean, it's better than having a tight bind off, but it just wasn't really working out great for me. Well, this one, and maybe you've done this before, but when you're getting to where you're going to bind off, you knit a stitch, you knit the second stitch, and then you put your left needle into your right needle like you're knitting through the back loop, and you knit them together. And then you just do that all the way around, and it gives you this awesome, super stretchy, and without the big kind of flare that you get from the yarn over one.
Yeah. Nice.
So yeah, so that was good that I got something out of the binder.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Anyway,
Those are cute.
Super excited to finish these. I love this yarn. I have another skein of hers that I'm not going to cast on just yet because I have something else I want to do, but it's just funny how you can get in this mind, like just have this mental block over something that's your hobby that you enjoy doing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, I think everybody's kind of going through that. I was watching Diane from Suburban Stitcher, and she said right now she just wants to knit on very intricate, either color work or a difficult, like a lace pattern, something she really has to concentrate on because it really helps her, through this time. And I was like, that's interesting to think about because I've kind of been just the opposite. I've been just crocheting on another crochet blanket and just knitting on this Hohi shawl that I started, but stuff that's not really difficult at all because I just mentally just want to but I get what she's saying because it's like then she has to concentrate on it and think about it, and so her mind doesn't have to think about other things.
That makes sense.
So it's like I get it. It's just maybe I should do something a little bit more complicated. Maybe it would, but then you're doing socks with that design and then you screw it up. So I don't know if I would. I
don't know. I think what happened is I can't totally blame this issue on like world events. It's that I wanted to get them done. It's like I got in that mindset of I just want to finish these no matter what. And if it means if I just forget the patterning and I just knit them, then I'm just going to do that. And then I thought, why would I do that? I love this yarn. I'm in no hurry. It's not like they have to be done at a certain time. But it was just me being impatient for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And so
sometimes you can't wait to get a stupid project done. It's like Yeah.
And that's how I was feeling about these. I think just basically because I had those other socks going, and now that I don't have those on the needles, I feel a lot better.
Yeah. Good. That's good. Yeah. Well, I've just been crocheting on this blanket. Just another one of the ones that we do all the time.
What happened to didn't you start a corner to corner?
Oh yeah. I have like 4 blankets going.
Okay.
I have what's that? Bits and bobs. Corner to corner. And then I have that linen type stitch one that I haven't even touched. And then I have this one. So I think I have 4 blankets going. But this is the only one I've worked on. So it's funny because you know how you have best intentions when you start a blanket. So at first when I started it, I was like, I'm just going to do these nice, light, earthy pinks. And then pretty soon I was like, oh no, okay. I'm just doing whatever I grab. So it's
beautiful.
It's so fun, and it's pretty wide. It's going to be a nice wide one. So I only get like 2 stripes out of each mini. Some of them are more because they're from my own just extra yarn. But but it's just been
Inquiring minds are going to ask.
Yes.
Do you remember how many you chained on to start?
I have no idea.
I never that was the answer.
I never pay attention. I mean, people will ask, and I'm like, I just do it as wide as I want it to be, you know. And so then I just make it work. But it definitely covers. It would probably cover 2 people.
Wow. Not that you want to be next to someone and have it cover you both.
No, I just like curling up in it. And this one, I think this is a smaller hook than I normally do.
Oh.
It's 2.75. I think normally I've done bigger needle sizes than that. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I feel like this is definitely denser. It still drapes nicely and stuff. But my other one, which is sitting on my couch, that's finished, I feel like is a lot, bigger stitches or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. So anyway, but I've just, this has just been fun and mindless and just,
Do you enjoy that more than the corner to corner, or is it just more mindless, or what's
I definitely prefer this yarn better than my corner to corner, because the corner to corner I started using like random DK weight and sport weight, just kind of any knit pick stuff I had laying around. And
okay.
So I definitely love the looks of this better because it's prettier, but I enjoy the corner to corner.
Okay.
When I look at it, I'm like, I feel bad saying this but it just reminds me of those that you'd find at Goodwill that, somebody made 40 years ago that just made out of acrylic yarn or something, which I end up buying those because I always feel bad for them when I see them at Goodwill. I buy them. So I do have several in my home that are like that. But whereas this, I'm like, oh, these are all indie dyers and, minis from Michelle or from friends that have given them to me. So it just means more to me.
Yeah.
But the corner to corner is fun. I wish I would have done minis. And I mean, I can start another one. Probably will.
Sure you will.
Why not? But the oh gosh, the one I just mentioned, not the corner to corner, but the other one, Bits and Bobs.
Oh, Bits and Bobs.
That one's so much fun. I just haven't picked it up in a while, but I do enjoy knitting on that one. So,
and it's like, that's your favorite knit blanket, but then the other ones are all crochet. So
yeah, that's my only knitted blanket so far that I've got right now on the needles. So, but yeah, I did buy a pattern. I forgot to grab it for another throw. I think it's and I think it's free this month. So if you want to go get it, Curious Handmade, Helen Stewart has a blanket pattern. I could look at my Ravelry, but I think it's free this month.
Okay, got me too. Well,
yeah. But I went ahead and got that one, and that's a knitted blanket. I haven't started that one yet, but I don't know why I'm obsessed with blankets right now. It's crazy, but I think it's just because it's something I don't really have to think about. I don't know. Let's see.
They're really fun when you're doing them. They're fun. It's hard for me to pick one up right now because I want to do these other things, but I miss on my blanket. Yeah,
totally. Okay, it is called The Habitation Throw by Helen Stewart.
You gonna show it?
Yes.
I can take it off. Well, now
see that
speaker view? Oh, there we go.
Habitation.
Oh, okay.
So she uses minis too, and that is knit. Yes.
Cool.
So, and I'm pretty positive that one is free right now. So yeah, so that one, I did that one, and then let's see. Yeah, I purchased Hohi's Hipster shawl, which everybody and his uncle has knit, but I had not knit it yet.
I guess because I'm nobody's uncle. I haven't.
A lot of people have knit it, but that's what I'm knitting on right now. And that one does take slight brain power, not a ton, but
let's see it.
Well, it's interesting. Okay. So I'm using this wool from Hobium Yarns when I was a ambassador for them or whatever. It was one of them they sent me. It's Lamia Just Wool, and it's recycled wool. 100% recycled wool, which it's interesting because you would think with 100% recycled wool that you could spit splice it because it's just wool, but I could not spit splice it.
Really?
Yeah, to join it. And so it must be something with it being recycled.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
But it's wool, so I'm like, why can't you spit splice it? So anyway, this yarn is pretty
Rustic.
well, it's not as rustic as some stuff I've used, because I've definitely used more rustic yarn than this. I'll be interested to see once I wash it how it feels and how it drapes. I'm really curious. Now I'm kind of in the middle of a row, and it's the row that you have to do a bunch of stuff to it. Not a bunch, but so it's going to be hard for me to show you. But anyway, this is where I'm at, but I'm in the middle, so I can't show you the whole width of it. But it's kind of a purpley color.
Oh, okay.
But it's kind of a, what's that word? I was trying to think of this word last time we podcasted and I couldn't remember.
Weedy?
No, it's the kind of color it is. It's
variegated.
Not variegated. It's got specks of stuff in it,
but not speckled.
Not tweed. Tweed? No. Tweedy?
Well,
no?
I said tweed and you said no.
No, I don't know what I'm trying to think. It's a tweed. Who knows? So anyway, it's interesting, the stitch you have to do for it. I watched a video on it to mentally figure it out, but I'm enjoying it. I'm like I said, I'm just curious how big it's going to be, how it's going to feel on. I don't know. It's funny. I could see it becoming like something I don't like. I don't know. Like I'm just curious what I think of it. So yeah, it'll be interesting. But I think the pattern calls for, I think it's like was it worsted or something? So that's why I used that one.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a fingering weight shawl, and that's why I used that yarn. I thought, oh, a light worsted or DK weight. So, but it's got a little fringe at the bottom of it and stuff. So,
what's it called again?
Hipster.
How could I forget that?
By Joji Locatelli.
Hipster by Joji.
And see, I'm just curious how it's going to drape too, because like hers is very, can, wrap it around a couple times. And with this yarn, I don't know. I mean, of course I'll be able to wrap it around, but I don't know if it's going to like flow nice or hang nice, or if it's going to be really like for warmth, So,
which are you hoping for?
I don't really know. I don't know. I'm curious. I don't know.
It's like a mystery knit.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Because the yarn is definitely different than what I've knit with before, the recycled wool. And it's rustic, but it's not too rough. So it's interesting. It's interesting stuff.
Cool.
So we'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, I wish I could spit splice it, because I don't like having to knot it or, magic knot. Or I mean, I do it. I magic knot it. It's fine. But I like spit splicing when I can. So
I still have never done that.
You haven't? You have to try it. But you don't knit with a bunch of just wool though.
Oh, well, of course not.
Yeah,
that's probably why.
Fibers.
Yeah.
So
I want to announce our winner of the bag, because well, I'm going to have to write it down anyway, but because I have my iPad open to the winner's info and I want to be able to use my iPad to show some patterns. So
yeah.
This lovely bag that was sent to us from you, I'm going to mess up the name. Something about you got a bag. See, I knew it was you. You got a bag on Etsy.
Cute. That
is going to, I forget what number you had said, but Lady M.
I think it was 26.
Oh, Marshila.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lady M on Ravelry, send me your address and we will get this bag in the mail to you. And thank you. You got a bag for donating it.
Thank you so much. Such a cute bag.
It is so cute. I kind of had thought about using it before we, sent it to whoever, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought that seems fair to me, but.
Yeah, you break it in, you check out the zipper, make sure it works,
What the heck just happened? Do you guys see my email up there?
No.
Okay, good. Because all of a sudden my screen went in half and my email popped up.
Weird.
And I mean, that's weird.
It is strange.
Yeah, who knows? So anyway, yay.
Sorry for the creaking chair. I
didn't hear it.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, this is a really creaky chair. I forgot about that.
I wanted to tell you about a pattern that I was gifted. Oops, sorry. Oh my gosh. And I forget that all you're seeing is like this little spot on my head. I am so glad that I had decided to go gray when I did, to just let my gray go, because I would be going nuts by now.
Yeah, can you imagine? I know, I feel bad for everybody that, like, I had gotten mine done right before I left for Vegas, which is before everything went on, you know, stay-at-home order type thing. So I was so glad I got it done. And I mean, I'm definitely going to have some roots here pretty soon, but oh well.
It's not as bad on you because you have the light hair to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay, so Andee sent me the Triangle Shawl by Susan Joy or something, or maybe it's called Triangle Shawl Susan Joy is what it says in my mailbox, but I'm gonna go. No, I didn't ask you for help, Siri. You know, you want Siri to help you with something and they're clueless, and then when you don't need them, they're all like, I have a personal relationship with Siri, okay? Okay, so I'm getting there. Sorry.
It's all good.
Okay, now it is Andee's pattern. She designed it. It's called Triangle Shawl Susan Joy. I'm sure that there's a reason that it's called that. But the reason she sent it is because I had mentioned about the SLUB yarn.
Oh, yeah.
This is one that she had done with SLUB yarn. So now I'm thinking maybe I will try that SLUB yarn.
I know. I still have it. I still need to do it. I feel like I need like so many more skeins of it. That and mohair. I feel like I have a mohair shortage. You know, like I'll have random skeins of mohair, but if I want to do a big project with the same color mohair, I have no like multiple skeins of mohair.
Well, this one says it only takes 436 yards. So, I mean, that seems like one skein.
Does it use other yarn in it?
Doesn't say so.
That looks like a big shawl.
I know. I thought so too.
Huh.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Of course, I love the tassels on it.
Oh, totally.
So cute.
No, and I cannot wait to knit with my SLUB yarn, but I feel like it has to be the perfect project. And I'm just like, oh, that's beautiful. But that has to be more than one skein.
It seems like it's more, doesn't it? But yeah, that's what the pattern says. So Andee, maybe you can clarify for us what's the deal.
Yeah, it's a great size. I like that size.
Yeah, I like the shape. But I know what you mean about wanting the perfect project to use whatever on. And I kind of had the same, you know, I've been wanting to do something with all the minis, like aside from just another blanket, because had we done this when I got my So Happy Jane mini skeins yet?
I want to say yes.
Yes, because you really liked okay. So I wanted to I want to do something with that. I've got all those Barnyard Knits. I've got those Chick That Knits. I have so many awesome minis that I don't want to it's like I'd have to knit a million blankets just to use them. So I've been thinking about all these different things. And one of them that I almost was going to do, see if I can find it. And I still might, I'm going to spell this wrong. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's just that I don't, it's just really, oh no. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. You see the smoke coming out of my head, right? This shawl, I think, is so cool. It's got all these different sections of different knits.
Oh, wow.
It's called Anemone. But the thing that I don't like, just because, so I'm going to show it. It's like a half circle, you know? And those are just really hard to wear.
They are.
I think they're hard for me to wear. So I mean, it looks great on her.
Mm-hmm.
But I said I wasn't going to knit any more shawls that I'll never wear.
I know my Oracle shawl that I knit by Vine, Kristen. Yeah. That shawl, that's the one that's hanging on the back of my couch thing in the family room. I really want to take it and like frame it. Yeah. But that thing is huge. I don't even know how you would do that, but I preserve it because I looked at it the other day and there was another like hole in it. And I'm like, I just want to like get it behind glass, preserve it, and use it as artwork because I love it and I think it's beautiful. And it was a huge project for me to do. It's like, I always say it's my magnum opus. It's like, it took me a lot of time, but I never wear it because it is a huge circle and it's hard for me to wear it. But I love the colors in it. I love the yarn that's in it. And it's like, I would love for it to be a piece of art. But I'm like, that thing is huge. Like how you'd have to do like a custom frame of some sort, and have it pinned out or something. Yeah. Like how would you even do that?
That's an interesting idea. I mean, I would do that with my celestial.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be really pretty.
Definitely. I don't know if you'd use locking wires and put it all the way around and then like a couple points pin it to something and then frame. I don't know. Like, well, anybody has any
kind of like they do the bugs when they put the bugs, they pin their little wings out and stuff. So like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. Yeah. So just go start looking at some dead bugs that people do. And
sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of beautiful
what?
And beautiful yarn, beautiful shawls and beautiful yarn. Have you seen So Happy Jane, that shawl Prima by Shelly Anderson, and it was knit out of So Happy Jane's yarn. And these two colors are like absolutely stunning.
Oh wow, here, let me give you the whole.
Okay.
Oh, I love those.
It is gorgeous.
Oh man.
And she has put together kits for them.
Oh,
they're so beautiful. This is the yarn. I just think it is, let me see. It's Surrey alpaca silk. Oh no, wait, let me see. Okay, she put together different kits. This is my all-time favorite. That's the one that it's actually knit out of.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Isn't that gorgeous? But she has all these different kits. This is her Instagram. So Happy Jane.
Her Instagram kills me because
I know
is so gorgeous.
All of her yarn is like stunning. It's just, oh my gosh. Look at that one for you. Isn't that gorgeous?
I saw that the other day. It's like, oh man, that's beautiful. But I love the pink ones too. I do. In fact, I think I might have, that might be one of them that's in my little.
Oh, your little, your minis?
Sampler. I don't know though.
Her yarns are just, and that shawl is gorgeous. It's just delicate and feminine and oh man. So I want to buy the pattern, but I don't want to buy the pattern unless I can buy the yarn too. And right now I'm trying to not spend money on yarn. So I'm just like, it's like killing me. But I might have to just break. I don't know. Because it's so pretty. So pretty.
See, it's that dilemma of the pretty shawl that we never wear.
I know.
But you're wearing a shawl right now, so you're kind of proving us wrong.
Yes, my 80 shawl I'll wear it all the time. It's so weird. But I think it's because I can wear it so many different ways.
Really?
And like I can just drape it over my shoulder and it reaches all the way down my back. So it keeps me all warm. Or I can ring it up and wear it all the way around my neck. And I just love it. It is my favorite shawl of all time. It's like
AIDO?
AITA. AITO. AITO. Yeah. And it's on my Instagram somewhere.
Okay. I'm going to write it down. I might have to look it up again.
Yeah, it's by B Mandarines, Melody Hoffman.
Oh shoot, I already went away from the page where it was M Lady, right? M Lady was our winner.
Oh gosh, you're asking me.
That was it. Come on, Leslie.
I don't remember.
We're gonna go with that. I'm pretty sure that was it. So I cast on finally. I went back and forth on a million different ideas, but the Beaufort that Kathy Dunn sent me,
Mm.
There it is.
Oh, interesting.
Now, that's not really a shawl, just to clarify. So I'm not going to get in trouble for it. Because look, you can wear it kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's not too big, you know, like some. Anyway, I decided to do it on mohair. Do it in mohair.
Yeah. Just mohair?
Yeah. So the pattern
Oh,
calls for DK, which is a little bit of a problem because I am holding my mohair double, so that's really only giving me about a fingering. But I did a little gauge thing to see, and I'm not that far off, so I think it's going to be fine. But I decided to do. So I haven't gotten very far. It's my big, but hey,
cute.
It's there. It started.
The baby.
This is Snow from Barnyard Knits, and then I'm gonna use 3 colors. I'm gonna do. This is Summer Storm. It's a blue, kind of like a dark blue-gray.
Pretty.
Because I love those 2 together. And so these 2 at some point will do some striping.
Okay.
And then my middle color, and that one is, let's see. Summer Storm is from Big Sky Yarn Co.
Mm.
And that one's, mohair and silk. And then my middle color is going to be this one, which is blue greenish cream, and that is Mighty Mo by Farmer's Daughter. So, oh no, okay, sorry, I didn't think that sounded right. Mighty Mo is the base. It's the kid hair silk. It's the colorway is Waylon and Willie, which I do like Waylon and Willie, to be honest. I was a big Waylon Jennings fan. Willie Nelson's okay, you know, but Waylon Jennings was awesome.
Have you heard of Waylon Jennies?
Jennies? Yeah,
that's another group. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. My sister and I went to their concert. It's these women, but they're called the Waylon Jennies, I think.
Oh, how funny. That's cute. Anyway, I was so excited to cast on something different.
I know. See, I think I'm itching for that.
Yeah.
I'm just like wanting something that's like fun and exciting. And I feel like I'm not knitting on anything that's like exciting. I don't know.
That's totally how I was feeling. And so this one, ever since she sent me the pattern, I've wanted to do it because it's Beaufort, South Carolina is where Renata is. That's where Paris Island is. And so that's why she sent it to me. And I thought, yeah, I want to knit this. And when I'm really missing Renata, you know, it'll be like, oh my gosh, yesterday was so hard. I was having such a hard day, but everyone has their hard days for different things. But yesterday I was having a hard time with missing her. But anyway, when I was thinking of what yarn to use, you know, I was coming up with all these ideas. But when I thought mohair, because one of my favorite knits that I have is that one, I don't know if I can grab it, but it's Cloud. I think it was called Clouds, and it's the one that I just used mohair in.
Yes.
I love it. So
beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. Yay, I have a knit that I'm happy and excited about. So
that's good. I know I have these Forest Gains from Barnyard Knits. So 2 are the same, you know, there's 2 and 2, but they're very similar. And I thought about doing some kind of a sweater with them.
Okay.
Because they're very similar.
Oh, sorry. Are you waiting for me to do this? Okay, now you can show.
No, I think they're one of a kind. Oh, no, this one's called Fairy Wings.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is one of a kind, you know. But anyway, I thought, you know, they are very, very similar colors. So thought about doing that, but then I want to strand it with mohair for a sweater. But I don't have enough mohair, so I have to buy mohair. So I need to I have tons of mohair, but none that are like duplicate skeins. There was a sweater I favorited on Ravelry. Let's see if I can find it. If I can't, then I won't worry about it. It's So funny how when you favorite something, you think it's going to like come right up because you just favorited it, but it doesn't. It's like, I don't know where it's at.
On Ravelry?
Yeah. Yeah. It's under my favorites. I favorited it, but it's not right at the forefront of my.
Then you don't have them organized by new to old or whatever? Because I think when I put favorites in, I get to see my most recent additions.
You would think. There's one that I just added today that is right up top, but it's a sweater, and I don't see it.
That reminds me.
So,
well, while you're looking, I finished another Hill 60 hat.
Yeah.
I had knit Michael this pattern, and I really liked just kind of how it fits. So I used some yarn that I had left, and I like it. So when I was knitting his, it was like you knit forever in this, like the 2x2 or whatever. And I was just thinking, wow, that's too long. I don't like it. And then you do the rest. But the reason it works good, I mean, I think the reason it stays on good or just feels like a good fit on my head is because it does have such a wide brim. Because, a lot of brims when they ended up being like that wide, they just don't seem like they're wide enough or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway,
that's cute.
That's I'm pretty sure it's a free pattern called Hill 60. Oh, hey, I want to tell you guys, I appreciate that I got called out on it, but I want you to know that I didn't really do something this bad. A lot of people thought that last time when we did, our first Zoom episode, which, by the way, I totally thought that I cut out that whole beginning area where I'm sitting here going, making all the faces. I thought I cut that out. So when I saw that was actually on the video, I was like, oh my gosh, what an idiot. But anyway, I did not give out Leslie's cell phone number. The numbers that I was reading was the Zoom meeting ID. But thank you for those of you that, were trying to point out that I gave out Leslie's cell number. Because that would be bad. I mean, I don't know that anyone would do anything with it, but it's still not really something we want to do.
That is true. That is
Find
true.
it?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So it's called The Easy One by Joji Locatelli. And the reason I liked it, of course, was because, my favorite, anytime the gals from Espostrico knit something, I feel like I have to knit it. So,
let me get ready to put you on. Okay.
So hers isn't, I think it's Melissa. Yeah, from Espostrico. She's not finished with the other sleeve, but this is her on her Instagram.
Oh.
But it's a loose fitting, beautiful, drapey, sweater. I love it. It's just totally my style.
What weight yarn is it?
It's fingering, but of course she held it with mohair. Okay. So fingering with mohair. But I love her drape, the way it drapes. I'm curious what needle size she used. I'm hoping she'll tell someone that. Because I think she did, she stranded it with mohair, so obviously that makes it a heavier weight than what the original pattern calls for. So I'm also curious, like, what size she did, but I just think it's beautiful, and that's what I was thinking about using that Barnyard Knits fingering with, but I'd need to hold it with mohair, so need to get me some mohair.
I put in the easy one, and I came up with all sorts of patterns, none of which are those.
Yes, it's by Joji Locatelli. If you type in the easy one sweater, I think that's when it pops up, because I had the same problem, and other people were mentioning that too. They were like, I'm looking on Ravelry and I can't find it. So, yeah. Yeah, I think if you just type in the easy one, and it comes in 2 different weights, the sweater. It comes in fingering or bulky, so you can choose how you want to make it. But
funny, I'll search Joji, and I'll link it in our show notes, because obviously
people were saying, yeah, I'm trying to think how I found it. Let me see. The easy one sweater. I know, because I had that same problem. I was like, how the heck? Where is it? Okay, I see it. If you type in the easy one sweater, it's the second row down. And it's Hohi's is like an orange color.
Okay. I went to Hohi, but I'm going to do what you said again just to see if that works. The easy one.
Sweater. And I just typed in sweater too.
So just because I think it's interesting that what I'm getting are all those. I don't even see like the second row down.
Interesting.
Isn't that funny? Like we would get totally different results when we're putting in the same thing.
Interesting.
Oh, wait. You know what? My autocorrect.
Uh-oh.
Instead of that, it autocorrected to one easy one sweater. Okay, so and don't let it autocorrect. Yep. Now
it popped up. There you go. Second
one down.
Yep.
So don't let your thing autocorrect you to the wrong words in your search engine. That would help.
That is true. The other thing I'm thinking about casting on is the Night Shift by Andrea Mowry shawl.
Oh, instead of the cowl?
Yeah.
Because remember, we almost bought the yarn for the cowl.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have enough hand spun, and I don't have any spin cycle. Okay. But I thought I could just change different yarn colors. And so we'll see. But yeah, it's so funny when I get on Ravelry, I just get lost. I'm just like, there's so many different things, and I jump back and forth, and then I run in here and check what yarn I have. Okay, then it rules out that one. So then I go back to looking at other ones. Okay, does this one work? I come in here, try to find yarn for it. It's like I just can't focus on like just one thing.
Yeah, you're not alone in that.
It's so annoying.
Another one. So I put this in my cart. I haven't bought it yet, but I've been following the hashtag on Instagram, and I don't even know how I started following it, but it's the Magical Thinking Shawl by Casapinka. And guess what? I'll just tell you what she said because I think this is hilarious. Magical Thinking is a pull-over shawl that is seamless and made in the round from the top down. It is not a poncho. This is an important point as I have a teenage daughter and cannot cause her social annihilation by designing a poncho. So please follow this rule. So it's a poncho, which I love. So I was thinking that this could be a good one to use minis on.
Totally. What's that one called again?
Magical Thinking.
Magical Thinking. And
there is a knit along going on. Oh, wow. I haven't even missed it yet, unless this is a year old. Oh, it is.
You're a year late.
So there was a knit along that went along for this from May 1st to June 30th, but that was 2019.
Darn it.
But anyway, there's 694 of them if you look at it.
Wow.
So anyway,
that's really pretty. Oh. That's really pretty.
Yeah.
I like how the stitch changed.
Me too. So now I'm back to, okay, I want to do that one. I really like that sweater you just showed, or that we just searched for forever.
Yeah. I only want that sweater if it drapes like Melissa's from Miss Bostrigo. I'm like, that's the look I like. I like ones that are just flowy.
Me too.
Not waist shaping. I just like it to
don't
flow.
Cling to you.
Yes.
Exactly.
And so I feel like I need to figure out what needle size she used and what size. I don't necessarily have to know what size she did because I usually do like a medium or a large. But I feel like I want to know what needle size she used.
And what yarn? Do you know the yarn?
Well, I know she did fingering held with mohair.
But so what brand or what, because if it's got like silk in it, it's going to drape better. Or
yeah, I mainly just want to know, the size she did, because then I can adjust accordingly and then know what needle size she used to get that drape. Because it's like, it's so pretty. I love that.
I like it too. It looks really basic and simple, and
that's what people said about it on the pattern. They said it's a very easy pattern, even for newbies that are new at sweater knitting. It's an easy pattern.
I've been waiting to start I I think it's called the sweater shirt that I got that Barnyard Knits to do in the New York colorway. I got it in Sparkle, and it's a DK weight pattern. I was going to hold the fingering double. I was kind of waiting because Lori was going to do it too, but she needs to find a contrasting color for the stripes.
Oh, okay.
She really can't right now because, you know, sometimes you got to see it in person when you're trying to match another color. So I've been waiting to do that one, but because I was thinking if I did a DK weight, maybe it wouldn't be as clingy as fingering, because when I've knit fingering sweaters, I feel like it just clings too much no matter what size. It just kind of like is form fitting.
Yeah, you really have to like go up needle sizes to make it like roomy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that one that you just said, the easy one, I could use that yarn for that.
Yeah. Sorry for the sirens if you hear it. Do you hear sirens?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the window's open, so.
I feel like we're at my house on Arlington.
I know. Yeah, you don't hear those anymore.
Well, yeah, we still do, because even though we're about a mile up from Highway 30, you know, we can still hear some sirens. Not like we used to at the park, but
right. Yeah.
In fact, I've been curious about, you know, so many people that are not adhering to this stay home thing. I've been wondering how bad the park that we lived in is, like if people are just flocking there now that we're getting the nice weather. And
I'm sure. I mean, it's funny because I try to get out and walk. I try to every day just for my own sanity, just to get out and get some fresh air and exercise. And there's tons of people out. I'm constantly having to cross the street, you know, because people are, you know, coming towards me, or people are crossing the street if they see me coming towards them. Or so but it's just funny how many people are out. You can just tell people are like, get me out. My sister even went to the track by our house at the high school because she wanted to walk around it, and she said there were so many people there that she decided not to. So it's just, people are definitely, you know, itching to get out just to get some.
We gotta get some fresh air, for heaven's sake. I mean, I can see not going to the mall, but
no, the mall's bare. Yeah, I don't even know if it's even open.
I don't think it's open.
But yeah, but even I told Bob, I said, I'm just so thankful for the deck, because you know we had that built last summer, and I'm like, for me, if I get antsy or whatever, I just go sit out there for an hour and just see the sheep and the cows, and it just helps me to go, oh, okay, it's okay. You know, keeps me sane. So yeah. But it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I was going to. I had 2 skeins of yarn that I was debating about for another pair of socks. I had got this. Let's see if I have the tag. What ended up deciding it for me was, okay, one of them was Mustache Witchcraft and Wizardry series. And I don't know if it'll say how many stripes it is, but it was that or one by Rock and String called Southern Charm that I've been really wanting to knit for a while.
Nice.
That doesn't say how many stripes this is, but anyway, what decided it for me was that this was one of her already split skeins, you know, so I didn't have to cake it, weigh it, divide, all that stuff. I just had to wind it. So I'm going to start these. It's looking at it like this, it doesn't look as cool as it does if you were to, well, when you see them next time, you'll be like, wow, Michelle, those are awesome.
I'm sure.
I can't wait to hear those words. I need that validation.
Exactly. We're not hearing it from anybody else right now.
That's true.
What colors are, is it purple? I was trying to see what colors.
No, it's like the house. Well, you know what? Let me just find it on, I'll see if I can find it on like Instagram or something on her page, because it's, it was really cute.
I'm glad you guys can't smell right now. The farm behind us every year, I don't know if it's like twice a year or just once a year, but the tractor comes out and they dump fertilizer or whatever throughout the fields. And man, when you have the windows open, you just smell it coming in the windows. So today,
a good smell either.
Yeah, when we see it being dumped, we're like, oh my gosh, shut the windows. But So yeah.
Oh, I missed something cool.
Oh.
Well, I really like this one. Her DFW.
Oh yeah.
That's a fun one, but I'm sure that's long gone because it
Yeah.
was the virtual DFW Fiber Fest.
Yeah, that got canceled, I think. I don't know if it got rescheduled or just completely canceled, but
Well, the actual one got canceled, but they were doing it virtually.
oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, that
Gotcha.
would have been really fun if I'd remembered. But that's okay because I do not need anything. But this one, I think it's this one right here. Yes, these are yes, Wizarding World Express is this one that I just showed you. And
Oh, that's pretty. That's
yeah.
really
So definitely
lovely.
prettier knit than in the cake there.
Yeah.
So
Well, I know I'm kicking myself now when we went to Knotty Lamb, for the yarn crawl. I'm like, why didn't I buy more yarn? I mean, not that I don't need more yarn, but I don't know, it's always nice to have something new and fun to look at,
Well, you can still order online.
I know, exactly. And in fact, they just showed a bunch of SLUB yarn on their Instagram post. So I was like, ooh, that's pretty. So
you need to get some more so that you'll feel like you can actually use it.
I know. Yes, for sure. I know. I think if I had more of it, I would definitely feel more secure that I could use it.
We're such dorks because that's how we end up with
so
much yarn is we think we can't use it because we have to save it for that special. And yesterday when I was looking for colors through my mohair to decide what colors to use on that, I was like, oh, but I don't know if I want to use this one because this one, I might want to save this for something else. Just use the yarn.
I know. And I've been pretty good. I mean, I think you have too, like using stash yarn. Like that's what I've been using for a while now. It's just yarn for my stash. So it feels good. I still don't think, I mean, it is definitely being knit up faster than I'm getting yarn in. So that's good. But I don't feel like I'm making that big of a dent though in it yet. So
well, the bigger the stash, the longer it takes to make a dent.
That is true. That is true. But yeah, so many pretty yarns. But I mean, as we always talk about, our problem is we only have one skein of, a certain yarn. And then you feel like, well, if I want to knit a sweater, then I got to either pair it with other skeins that, I like, whatever. So yeah.
Yeah.
The problems we face,
They're legitimate problems.
They are.
I don't know if I have anything else. Let me look around. I haven't been working on that many other things, to show. So that's kind of boring. And we talked about how we were going to do this more often now that we're doing it via Zoom, and then it's been our typical 2.5 weeks.
I know. Yeah, it's hard because with Emmy doing school online, she uses the iPad. And each day her schedule is slightly different. Like she might have a class at 9 and then not another one till 11, and then one at 1. So I just feel like, well, which day is it? And what do you have going on? And what time are you done? And, because it's much easier on the iPad than my iPhone for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So today she got at 1. So it was like, okay, now I can use it. But yeah, but she doesn't have school on Fridays.
Oh. Well, we could totally do. Maybe we'll shoot for next Friday.
Yeah, we could.
And just see, because that would be a week and a half, or just over. I don't know. What day is this?
Today's Wednesday.
Okay, so a week and a half.
Yeah, I know. Yesterday we had a meeting, and the person we had a meeting with, they were like, yeah, they were talking as if yesterday was Wednesday. And I was like, no, today's Tuesday, right? And they were like, oh, wait, yeah, it is. And I was like, this is bad. Like, none of us know what day it is anymore. It's crazy.
I had a hard time before this whole thing, knowing what day it was. So really messed up now.
Gosh, it's crazy.
I think the last time we did this, we had just gone and gotten Rebecca from OSU and brought her back. And we found her a place to live over in Longview. She's renting a room in a house. Great setup. It's just a perfect setup for her. And she'd printed out her resume, and so we were going to take them and drop them off at some different places. So our first stop was Fred Meyer there in Longview. So we take it in, and I'm like, well, I guess just ask at customer service if you can drop it off. So she does, and they're like, well, you're supposed to apply online, but here you can fill this thing out telling them that you're going to do it online. So they give it to her, and she takes it, and then the lady's like, well, actually, you know what? They're going to be doing interviews at like 4:00 if you want to just meet right here. And so we hung out. She ended up tagging along on these interviews and got hired. And she just went to cashier training yesterday. So now she's certified and she'll start cashiering. So, I mean, it's kind of I'm happy for her. I'm not thrilled that she's at a grocery store interacting with a bunch of people, but
I know Keely, I think I said this last podcast, she wanted to get an evening job just because she works from home now remotely. And so she gets cabin fever. So she was like, why not earn some extra money? And so she went to apply at Fred Meyer also by her house. And they were like, yeah, fill it out. We'll probably hire you. Like they're just they need people so bad right now. It's crazy. She ended up not doing it. She was like, I don't know, maybe, you know, she's been Zooming with her friends every night. So she's been having fun, but, so we'll see about that. But yeah, it's crazy to think of the places that are hiring that are like needing people badly, you know, grocery stores and, Uber Eats, you know, different food delivery places are, you know, so I might actually pick one up. I might actually do that with Bob. His work schedule. He's going to be doing 3 days on, 2 days off, starting in a couple weeks. And we don't know how long that's going to go till he can collect employment for those 2 days each week. But of course it won't be what he's used to getting paid. So I was like, Emmy probably will go back to school for the rest of the school year. Right. So I was like, well, I don't have to take her to school. I don't have to pick her up from school. That was always my hang up before. I was like, I can't get a job if she's, you know, I have to go pick her up and stuff. So I thought, heck, I might do something like that in the evenings. Just Bob and I can go out and do it together. And because right now we feel like empty nesters. Emmy's gone. She's like never home.
Where's she going?
Well, her boyfriend, they're kind of quarantined together. I mean, he's the only person she ever hangs out with. She doesn't hang out with anybody else. But so she's usually, and he lives out in the country, which is nice because it's, you know, the middle of Estacada, and they just hang out there. They've been doing tons of work on his property, cutting trees, planting a garden, building a fire pit. So it's been good for her to get out and get fresh. But so we just feel like empty nesters. We're like, man, every evening we have nobody here. Like, it's just weird. So I thought, well, if we did
like
food,
it's a bad thing.
It's not, but it's weird. I mean, I just feel like we should be doing something. So
I felt like, you know, doing something like that, not Uber Eats because it's too vast out here, but you know, maybe a grocery type job, just to, not for the money so much, but just to kind of help. Like if there's a need and these places need people to keep these businesses going, you know, I'd be willing to do that for the short term, just to be like a team player kind of thing. Right. But then I think, well, I mean, I'm in my 50s, and I mean, I don't know that is the best. And Michael has, like, if he gets a cold, it usually turns into bronchitis.
Oh, wow.
So that's not really an ideal situation for me to,
sure.
You know, so I think I'm just not going to do that, but
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. We go back and forth because Bob's like, you don't have to do it. But I'm like, well, it might be fun. I don't know. Like, who knows? I mean, it won't replace what we're missing from his income, but it's like, well, it would give us something to do in the evening together, and it'd be like hanging out. Because him and I right now will go on drives just so I can get to the house. Because I'm just like, he gets home from work, and I'm just like, can we go on a drive or do, you know, just go somewhere, walk somewhere.
I've thought about how this is affecting you far more than it would me, because you, although you're not like always wanting to be out, you're definitely more someone who likes to go do things than I am.
Yeah. And I'll go to the store. If I'm out of something, I go to the store. I'm, you know, like I said, I'm just super careful and I keep my distance, and, but, you know, I don't know. I don't go out if I don't have a purpose. I mean, today I had to go out and get a vitamin because I was out of a vitamin, and it was vitamin D, which I think is very important to take during this time. So I had to go out and get that. But, you know, I don't just go out just to go out and have fun. You know, I definitely go out if I have a purpose and have to get something. Bob and I had a grocery shop yesterday. So we went and did that together. But other than that, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, except for walks. I'll do walks and stuff. But yeah, so it's all good. Or I'll take Emmy and we'll go through Starbucks drive-through. You know, that's still open if she wants a Starbucks drink or something. Just because I want to still support businesses. I think it's a hard thing. It's like, on one hand, I want to support these small businesses. Oh, nice.
You're stuck.
Still
Move, Leslie. She's stuck. I just want to push her. Leslie, you're frozen.
I'm frozen here now.
It's a good look, though. At least you're not doing something weird with your face. There you go. There you go.
Okay, good. I was just saying I want to support small businesses. Like, I feel bad. Like, it's like you want to protect everyone for sure, and you don't want to pass anything, you know, because we can be carriers of this and not even know it. So it's like you don't want to do that. But at the same time, you're like, what can I support? We went through Jack in the Box the other day to get a burger and fries through the drive-thru because I was like, I haven't had a burger in months, and I feel bad for these people trying to make a living, you know, and it's so tough. It's, I don't know. No. Your heart just goes out to those people that are trying to work. And yeah.
And especially those who, I mean, not like we can do anything about it, but for those that would like to work, but they are just non-essential according to whatever. And so they can't even.
Well, and Bob's work is considered essential. He works at a saw chain company, which to me, I think that's funny. I don't know. I guess it is essential, but even them, their rates have gone down so low, you know, so that's why they're doing the 3 on, 2 off thing. And we don't know when that'll change.
No.
So, and they can't use their vacation or anything like that. So, but anyway, it is what it is, and it'll be fine. So, but yeah, you just feel bad for people that, you know, really need the money, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Here I thought we wouldn't talk about this at all. I was like, we're going to podcast and we're just going to talk about knitting and, you know, but it's like, of course, everybody's thinking about it. So
you're kind of the elephant in the room, though, because it's like, I mean, it's not just this little thing anymore. It's such a big impact on life on every level, you know.
Right.
Just, I mean, my day-to-day, not as much, just the way I like conduct myself in a day, because I don't go that many places to begin with. And, you know, I can just go outside. I don't have to worry about it. But knowing that, you know, I've got one kid in isolation across the country because of exposure, and I've got another one out, you know, I mean, so it's on your mind, and,
right.
You know, like checking on my dad, or, you know, because he's 82, his birthday was yesterday, and he lives in a pretty secluded area too. So that's good, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah. So, I mean, it's always on our minds to some degree or another.
Totally.
And,
yeah.
So we don't want to be bummers or talking about a bunch of sad, weird stuff, but to pretend it's not going on, we can't really do that either.
Yeah, exactly. I know. And it's sad because so many people are talking about this is our new normal, or it's going to become our new normal. And I'm just like, no, I hope it's not. I don't want it to be. I want it to go back to what it was. And
I don't know what they're going to do. I can't imagine it going back ever to how we were, just because this should show how easy it is for something to totally shut us. I mean, this has been crazy. And so it makes me wonder about, you know, travel and international travel. And, you know, I don't know what the answer is. It would be nice if they could come up with something that you had to be screened that you're not sick. But again, right. I mean, that's unrealistic. That's sci-fi kind of stuff. But this has been pretty crazy, and certainly don't want it happening again.
No, I know. That's the scary part. Just the power that this virus can have over an economy, a worldwide economy, and people's health obviously is at
Yeah.
stake. It's just, it affects every aspect of people's lives, So
I think
yeah,
it has to be a wake up call to make some changes. We don't want it to be like this forever, but some long-term changes are going to have to be made, or we're going to be right back in this situation again whenever. And I'm not saying I know what the answer is. I'm just saying
right.
there's got to be something.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm glad I went on the cruise when we did, because I'll never go on another cruise. Could you imagine being stuck in some port, not even able to leave your cabin?
No.
Yeah,
no, I'm glad I got back from Vegas when I did, because right
too.
It was like we were stuck at home from then on. So I was glad I got home when I did. And Maggie got sick. My niece, she got pretty sick with a bad cold, but totally, she persevered through it, and she never went to the doctor. She was fine, but
Good.
Pick up every single germ, they put everything in the mouth, and but none of us got it, from her. So, but other than that, everybody's been healthy, so that's good. But yeah, it's tough. I don't know.
Well,
not cool.
Definitely not cool. Oh, we went, in case you don't follow on Instagram, my husband and I took a canoe out. We got a canoe and we went canoeing.
So is it a canoe or kayak? Because you guys look like a kayak to me, not a canoe.
Well, what's the difference?
A kayak, I think, is narrower, and a canoe is a wider bottom. It's more of a boat. Whereas kayak is, because we have kayaks, and you're a kayak to me, but I was like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. But
I don't know either.
Yeah, but anyway, I was like, because canoes, I think, tend to be more stable because they're wider, and they fit more people, I think. And then a kayak is usually 1 to 2 people. Usually,
ours is only a 2-person.
Yeah,
you wouldn't put any more in it than 2.
Yeah.
What I really liked about it was that the seats had little backs on them, so you didn't have to, you can lean back.
Yes,
but it was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna do that again.
That's awesome. I know, I want to do it too, but all the parks are closed.
I know. It occurred to us after that we probably were violating some sort of rule. There was nothing on the boat launch that we used that said closed or anything, and we paid our money. It was out of Platskenine, and there was no one else out. So, and I don't think that was because of the virus. I think it's just because it's a little town that, not a lot of people use it for that. But we thought, I wonder if, we weren't around anyone, and we're not being told that we have to stay indoors.
Right.
And there was no sign that said it was closed, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's the hard part. It's like you want to respect what the rules are, but at the same time be able to get out if you want to get out. Because I would love to go kayaking, but I feel like, where would we put the boat? Where would we put it in at? Is it all closed?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I know one our favorite camping ground, I think most campgrounds now are closed through September 30th. That's what I heard. I'm just my sister was like, I told her that yesterday. She was like, are you kidding me? She was like, she's like, our whole summer's going to be ruined. And it's like, it's such, I don't know what you think about that. It's like, it's just devastating to beach. Oh.
This was so much better last time. What the hell's going on here? You know what it is? It's all the other people on the internet.
Am I still frozen?
No, you're good now.
Okay, good. Anyway, she was just really mad because she just was looking towards her summer as like, there's hope that we're going to be able to get out of this and do things again. And then when she heard that, she was just like,
she a big camper?
No, she's more of it. She would like to go camping. It's just, they could. They've got 5 kids between the 2 of them, so it'd be a lot, but they could. She, she's more of an Airbnb person, which you can still do that. She said, I'm just going to rent an Airbnb at the beach and,
you're not supposed to be on the beaches right now either.
But why, if you keep your distance? I don't
know. I saw a thing, I don't know if it was Seaside or somewhere on the Oregon coast. There was something that said the beach is closed even for locals.
Yeah. Well, I know they don't want a huge influx of people coming there, because if we come there and bring the virus, they have smaller infrastructure. Their hospitals are not as big. They can't take all of us to go there. So I get that, it's just, I don't know. It's hard to not be pissed off, but at the same time, you understand the reasoning behind it. It's, I don't know. It's that struggle of like,
yeah,
I get it, but I'm ticked off, that our world is in this state right now, so.
I don't think we're making anyone feel any better.
I know.
We suck.
Not making me feel any better.
I know. Forget this. We're never doing this again.
It's depressing.
It is kind of depressing. We're not supposed to be those people.
I know.
Have fun.
So how does Rebecca like her place where she's living? Does she love it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does she have friends over there? Is she feeling like?
Well, I mean, she made a friend at work, and she's busy with school. She's taken this is a heavy term for her, and so she's got a heavy class load, and then she'll be working, hopefully not too much. And I gotta remind her, you have to stand up for yourself. They're gonna schedule you. Sorry, I keep kicking my table. They're gonna schedule you as much as they possibly think that you're just, all you are to them is a resource.
Right.
And you need to let think of yourself that you're not just a resource. You've got, you're not going to college to work at Fred Meyer. Not that there's anything wrong with working at Fred Meyer, but don't lose sight of, why it is that you're paying all this money for these classes.
Right.
Or, so.
Yeah, no,
but
for sure.
She likes where she's at, and
good.
She doesn't like having to pay rent, which is funny because we've actually paid it so far. So she hasn't actually paid it, but the idea of paying rent she doesn't like.
Yeah. Oh, does anybody? I mean, it's
yeah, exactly.
It's never fun,
No. But it definitely provides her a little more space. Well, definitely better than here. I mean, this is not the place to be. But even when we have a house, I think she's going to end up, like, her idea is that when we get our house, she'll move in with us. Excuse me. Until she goes back to, assuming that she'll go back to OSU in the fall. Who knows? Yeah. But I think she's happier where she's at than she would be even living in a house with us, just because we didn't buy a big house,
Right.
I think the house we're getting is like 18, maybe 2,000 square feet at the most. Mm-hmm. And so that's the smallest house we've ever had. So she's not going to.
Although your house in Gladstone, you guys pretty much lived on that one level, and that didn't seem huge. It didn't seem big,
The way it was shaped, because she had the one side of the house, and then we were on the other side, and I think it. Yeah. And same with our Colina Vista house. Excuse me, I think I need some water. We mostly used the upstairs. That was like a 2,500 square foot house, but we mostly used the upstairs. So you figure half of that was, although the kids played downstairs a lot. So
yeah, I feel like you utilized that more because you had the basement that was finished and you guys kind of spread out more, whereas the one in Gladstone, I felt like it was pretty much just the main level, know?
Yeah.
But because to me, our house is 18, almost 1,900 square feet. And I'm like, it's plenty big for us. I mean, we only have Emmeline here. And I'm like, what do we do with Keely's old room? It just has a love seat in it. And we don't really use our second living room. We have a living room and family room, and the living room doesn't really get used. And I don't know. It's just interesting. It's a lot of space that I feel like don't even use it, but I don't know. If you have kids at home, I mean, with Rebecca, I'm sure she likes her space. So it would be better for her to have her own space, for sure.
Yeah, if we were still in a situation where our kids were actually living with us rather than staying with us maybe for a month or two, I would have wanted a bigger house.
Definitely. or separate living quarters where they like had their own, like.
That's ideal.
Yeah.
To be honest. That's
totally. Yeah, for sure. That would be nice. But yeah. Crazy.
I feel bad that our podcast was kind of sad and depressing today.
I know, seriously, I feel like we should redo it.
I know. Maybe tomorrow or Friday.
Because I just feel like I honestly, before we podcast, I was like, we're just going to make it fun. We're not going to talk about what's going on because people are coming here for an escape. And then I feel like the majority of it, and mostly my fault, but I feel like I've talked about it a lot. Why did I talk about it? So I think it's because my frustration, I don't really talk about it much with people because you have no one to talk to. So then when you have this avenue where I can say, this is what's frustrating me, and I'm sure a lot of people feel that way.
Well, and plus as parents, I think, or as whatever, we try to be the strong, positive. We want to remain I know with Renata writing to her every day, I'm trying to stay positive and, encourage her to stay strong. And same with when I talk to Rebecca, I don't want to be bitching about the situation to those around me. I want to encourage them, but it was never my intention to then complain to our viewers. We should have talked first and gotten all of our little whatever out, and then we could have just.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I feel like I just haven't had anyone to vent to. I mean, Bob pretty much stays pretty positive. I'll ask him about work. How's work? Anybody at work have it, type thing. And we'll talk about that. But there's just something about talking to your girlfriend about it, that's different. So.
Well, we should be talking more.
I know. And we never get to see each other. We haven't seen each other in over a month?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So we need to Zoom more. We need to, and then that way when we do our podcast, it won't be so sad.
Yes. Exactly. Well, I thought 2.5 weeks ago when we podcasted, I thought, oh, this will be behind us in a couple weeks, and then here we are again, podcasting this.
Oh my gosh, my mind still goes blank. So there's that. Some things don't change. No, seriously. Dang it. I hate it when this happens. Well, someone had asked, I know what it was. See, I had to get back on the trail. I was reading comments on YouTube from our last episode. Finally, today, there's over 100 comments. I guess I don't get notified anymore when there's comments. I don't either. Yeah, I used to get notified and I don't anymore. I must have changed a setting or done something.
Yeah.
And it's not like I don't know that people are going to comment, so I should just go look. But things have just been kind of, basic things have just been kind of escaping me. I just haven't thought about it. And then all of a sudden I'm thinking, wow, did nobody have anything to say about her? And then I go look and there's all these comments and I feel bad. You did pretty good. I saw you'd answered some of the stuff and I was glad that at least someone did because I went MIA. But anyway, one of the comments on there on our last episode was that we should do a Zoom knit night.
That'd be fun.
That could be kind of fun. The only thing is the way our connection's been today, I don't know if that would be such a good idea.
Well, I'm wondering if it's because I'm back here in the back of the house. This is the furthest part away from my internet. So I'm wondering if when I was in the TV, Keely's old room, the last time, that was closer to our cable box or
that
internet.
Does make a difference.
That could be.
Carrie and I were on a Zoom call the other day, and she was trying to do it from upstairs. I'm up in the loft area, but right out the window, right across from me, is our router. So this is actually a good spot for me to be. But
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, well, you'll know next time. Because I'm thinking we'll be doing this on the Zoom again.
I think so, probably. Yes. So
it will be fun when we actually do get together, though.
I know, and it's such a bummer because with Bob having Thursday and Fridays off for who knows how long, it would be so fun to come out and visit you guys, and we have tons of time. I have not filled up my gas tank in a month. It's so weird.
Yeah,
I used to fill up my tank probably twice a week because I would drive out to Estacada several times a day or several times a week. Which is about a half an hour drive each way. And I would do that twice a day for 4 days a week for my daughter to go to school. And it's just, I have not filled up gas in like a month. It's weird. And I haven't spent any money. Like I always have I have a budget of what I can spend, and I haven't spent any money. It's so weird. So weird. So
suspicious.
It's I just don't go anywhere. It's like if I need something at the grocery store, that's it. But
Are you really Leslie?
I am. Yes, Leslie, who's stuck at home every day.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
And that's what's so strange. That's been the strangest thing, because Bob and I, we have Safeway up the street from us. We would go up to Safeway every day, like almost every day. Because I just would, let's get some ice cream. Oh, let's get a glass of or a bottle of wine. Oh, Bob would run up and go get something, and it's just weird not, we go up there when we need to, but not just to go up there and, sounds like let's go up and get a coffee, or let's go up and get, it's just so weird. So.
Well, I suppose moving out here did kind of prepare me a little bit, because I used to go to the store a lot too, because I also lived right down the street, walking distance to a Safeway. And I would much prefer to go buy vegetables every couple days versus buying a bunch and having them in the fridge. And now, since living out here, I have reduced the number of times that I go to the store, just because it's at least 20 minutes each way to get to a store from here, no matter what store you're going to. So, but it's, well, sorry, you guys, we suck as podcasters. We're sorry, but I know we're not saying anything that everyone doesn't feel. So maybe I know that's what makes me feel bad that we're saying it, because it's like everybody already feels it. We're just reiterating it again. Exactly.
Instead of giving something different to think about and something different to focus on. It's like.
And not only are we doing that, but sometimes we're doing it in slow motion. Dragging it out.
Not you. You seem fine. I think you've only frozen up once, I think. So it's me that's freezing up all the time.
Well, see, each time we do this, we learn something new. Like you'll have to do it in a different room.
Yep.
And I really should clean up the behind me area so it doesn't look so bad.
Who cares?
I know. I just feel like I'm in the midst. I feel like I'm in a garage or something. Well, I kind of am. What am I saying? I actually am.
Yeah. The nicest looking garage I've ever seen. So you're doing good.
Yeah.
Oh man. Fun time.
Well, let's try this next Friday.
Yeah, definitely.
We've got a tentative plan, and we will focus on better things. We'll have gotten our bitching out now, or we'll talk sooner, and then that way we won't be like being all blah. I didn't think I was feeling blah today until I saw you.
Thanks. I wasn't either, because really me being home, it bothers me, but it doesn't, because I feel like as long as I can go outside into my yard or go on a walk, I'm fine. Like I don't feel like I've like struggled with that very much. And if I have to go to the store, I go to the store. But there'll be days where I don't go anywhere, but so far I've been fine. So it's just weird that it's coming out. I don't know why it's coming out, because I feel like for the most part I've been okay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I haven't been for lack of, I haven't like been bored. I've had plenty to do. There's still things I haven't done that I'm like, oh, I could go do that. Yeah. So I feel like, I don't know what my problem is today. I don't know.
It's your guys' fault.
Yeah.
Not us.
I don't know.
Well, maybe a little bit of it's because we haven't done that much knitting.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a knitting type podcast.
Supposed to be. Yeah.
Kind of. So maybe had we done more and had more knit type stuff to talk about, we'd be.
That is true. Well, I did get a book in the mail, but it's clear at the other end of the house, so I'll have to show it next time. It's the one. Yes.
Cast on. Spiral?
Yes.
Good.
And I was kind of bummed by that, because I think, and I could be wrong, but I think Carrie, Creative Obsession, I think the one she got was hardbound.
Well, if you got spiral and I didn't, mine's coming today. I'll trade you because that's why I bought it, because it's spiral.
And mine's really small. It's like this big. And I don't know why. I thought Carrie's was bigger. I could be wrong. I need to go back and watch her podcast again.
So you have book envy.
I do. I have book envy because I was expecting this pretty book and I was expecting it to be hardbound. And when I got it, I was like, this is it? Really? This is it? Okay. So
I don't know why I even bought it. But here's the thing is you talked about it because she talked about it because I think Chevy Rell talked about it. So I looked it up just out of curiosity. I was like, oh, it's spiral bound. I have to have it. I already have a book of bind offs and cast ons packed somewhere because I mean I obviously didn't even needed to keep it out. So you know I have, but no, now I've got one that I hope is spiral bound.
Well, and that's the thing. Carrie might have shown it and it might have been spiral bound and it might have been small and paperback. I don't know. I just, for me in my head, I had in my head that it's hardbound, big book.
A nice coffee table book that you can
exactly
get. Yes.
I don't know what I was thinking. So I'm sure Carrie's is probably spiral. That's probably how it comes. I don't know. In my head, I was thinking different. So I don't know. But
let you know what I get today.
There you go. But spiral bound makes sense. I mean, to me, that's much better if you're looking at a cast on or a cast off. You know,
everything should be spiral bound.
True.
Without exception, everything should be spiral bound.
And you can get anything spiral bound. So
yeah, for one thing, when those places are open.
That is true.
And also
sorry. I was just going to say the post office is open, right? And places to go mail.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to get that shawl in the mail for Sharon of Knit Style, that sample. I need to get it to her. And I keep thinking, no, they're probably closed. But
here's what you need to do is I think I use orangemailer.com. I can send you a link because you don't have to. I used to use stamps.com and then that way I could even print first class postage from home because on the U.S. Postal Service website, you cannot print first class postage from home, just priority stuff. So with these services like stamps.com, you can print first class postage from home and then you can just put it out in your mailbox if it's under 2 pounds or more if you ask for a pickup or more if you're like me and you just do it anyway. But the stamps.com was like $8 a month plus the postage that you were buying, which isn't bad. But
yeah,
once I moved out here and we weren't doing as many giveaways for a while, it was like, why am I spending this money just to have an account that I'm not using? So I shut her down. Well, then I've been sending out more things and it's really nice to be able to just do it from home so that you don't have to go into a post office. So I searched and I found that there's other avenues to do that, like this orange mailer, I think that's what it's called, where you don't have to have an account that you pay a monthly fee for, you just pay as you go. And I think it's some sort of additional charge for each label that you print, but I want to say it's like 10 cents or something. It's not a lot. And so it's for me, it's perfect because then I'm not having to just pay for a service if I don't use it if I don't use it much, it's silly to have, but so I'll send you a link and then that way you can just put in, the information, who it's going to, how much it weighs, all that kind of stuff. And then you can print the postage and just stick it out in your mailbox.
But where do you get the envelopes to put it in though? You still have to go buy that, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't have any I have a bunch of,
I have none.
Like these type things?
No, I have none.
Would it fit in here?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's small. It's just a shawl.
I know.
But that's why I feel like I have to go somewhere because I'm like, I don't even have that stuff.
So it would fit in this? Is it It's not a big shawl?
No, it's just a fingering weight shawl.
Well, I can mail you one of these. Well,
it's okay.
Okay.
The amount it would cost you to mail me one would be silly. I mean, I have a place right up the street. I just didn't know if they'd be open, and I don't go up there, so I don't know.
I would check. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to go see.
I mean, because that's a good question. I know that obviously we're still getting mail, but I haven't tried to go into the lobby of a post office. Because I try to avoid those type things.
Right.
So I don't know about that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, and I'm silly because I don't mail a bunch of stuff like that. So whenever I go in, they look at me like I'm an idiot because I never know how to do things. And they're like, oh my gosh, go pick out a thing, put it in. Because I don't do that kind of stuff. So I always feel like intimidated to go in there because I'm like, but I mean, I know what to do now, but I don't know if places are open. I don't know. I mean, we have a post office fairly close to us, and I'm assuming you can still mail stuff.
I mean, you can still mail stuff. I just don't know if you can do it from a post.
I'll have to just try it and see, hopefully.
Yeah.
So I want to get that to her. I feel bad. It's been sitting there forever and need to get it to her. So, but, well, anyway, I have to go because I have to start the Traeger. We're doing our Passover meal tonight. So we're cooking lamb and doing a bunch of stuff. So Bob asked me to turn the Traeger on, get it heated up. So.
Okay. Oh, because it's Sunday Easter?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah. So anyway, we're doing that tonight. And so I have some cooking I still got to do. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Sorry we sucked today. I mean.
I know. Yeah. Feel bad, but, it's life.
This is us feeling bad, in case you'd ever wondered what that looked like.
Hopefully everybody's knitting is behaving itself and you guys are knitting beautiful things. Give us ideas of what you're knitting so that we can get ideas. Because I feel like I'm just kind of in a slump. I don't know. I don't know if it's emotionally I'm in a slump or if I'm really in a slump. I don't know.
I think the two are connected.
Probably.
There's no way it's not connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, next Friday, so not Good Friday, because is this coming Friday what is called Good Friday, or was that last Friday?
I think it is this Friday.
Yeah, because then it's like 3 days later is Easter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not this Good Friday, but the next Friday we're going to make Good Friday. We're going to make it a Good Friday, and we're going to do this, and we're going to be all happy and full of sunshine and
It's going to be a party.
Yeah. just wait.
Right.
We'll try to redeem ourselves.
Right.
It'll probably be worse. We'll be in tears.
Oh man, I hope not. I hope not. I hope it's a brighter day than, what's going on right now. Hopefully it's better. So
yeah. Well, we just have to make it better.
That's right.
Yeah. That's
right. We're in control of our own happiness.
We are, and we failed today. I'm gonna go grab a beer. You had the right idea with the wine. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, have a happy Easter, everybody. Everyone, I know that probably sounds silly, happy Easter right now, but it's still, if you're if you celebrate it as a Christian holiday, then nothing can stand in the way of what Easter is all about. And if you don't celebrate it for that reason, still enjoy. Hide your own eggs. It'll be okay.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, my dear. Talk to you later.
Yeah, have a great evening.
You too. Okay.
Bye.
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 Bye.